Yo, there
Well,
we go.
good
What's up?
morrow, people. How
What
is
is
that? What is good? You are looking mighty dashing in that zip up, my good friend.
Urgh. I've got my body all nice and warm.
Dude,
Toasty, some would say.
unfortunately, same. I I literally just splashed my face with cold water so I can come on feeling fresh. Like I'm in t-shirt and got my lily white legs out because I am sweltering hot. Like for those of you who know me, don't wear shorts. I don't have the legs for shorts, but I'm in shorts right now, and holy moly, it's hot.
And the
Yeah,
one day you have shorts on, you're bleeding from your leg.
I know. What random was that? I think I caught my leg on the way up the stairs, but like I didn't realize. Like I felt a nick, or maybe it was like a bite, like a mosquito or something. And I was like, I felt like a nick on my leg, and I thought, ooh, scratch, scratch my leg. And then just before jumping on, I was like, oh damn! I saw blood pouring down my leg. I was like, how did that happen? So yeah.
You have you ever watched any of these like movies where it's like a great disaster that's busy happening? You know, like the movie about the bird flu, basically, where uh, like something happens on the person's body. They're like, oh, it's nothing, it's just a little scratch, and then they go back to their home country, and then all hell breaks loose, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, that leg's falling off. The fact that you're going back to Britain like very soon, and the fact that you just had a nick, just like a little
Yeah.
cut on your leg, is is this going to be the start of some like crazy end of the world pandemic
As
event?
long as they name it after me. As long as they name it after me, I'll be. Yeah, I don't mind.
Oh, can you imagine the thing that ends the world is whatever was transported from your house in Hong Kong all the way back down to Britain, and something mutated in your body, like
Could you imagine?
shaving will.
Yeah, shaving my legs in the bath.
Sitting
Dude,
there
I've
with a
known
little
so
rubber
many.
ducky,
Yeah, oh yeah. How can you
shaving his
bath
legs.
without a rubber duck? Singing away
Then
to.
your partner
Uh,
comes in, stop singing.
Well, what have I told you? I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Turn it down. As I'm listening to
Stop
like
being
I'm
so
like,
damn jovial, mate.
is
Anyway,
that like a girly artist Katy Perry, or am I like giving like my sort of age away there? Like
what? Talking about
Katy
Katy
Perry.
Perry now, Love. Yeah, what about her?
Yeah, like listening to a girly song in the bath. Is that not
Oh,
Katy
oh, okay. Okay, all right, okay. Fair. I missed that part.
Perry?
uh, I'm gonna say hello to everybody in chat while you get like a screen share up and going.
Oh, literally on it now, my friend.
We've got Kevin saying good morning, y'all. Good morning, Kevin.
Kevin!
We've got MGN Thalantier. Greetings. We've got Stash. Morning. We've got Azrael saying good morning, guys. We've got Annie Forever. Sup. Sup. What's up, mate?
So,
We've got
people.
Niklas. Someone short on EU and GU question mark. Not yet, anyway. We've got
No.
John Essex saying good morning. Morning, guys. We've got Henry in good evening, evening. We've got Sigma saying top of the morning to you both. Wish you green candles and tight spreads today. Well, thank you, Sigma.
That
Saying hello.
started off Irish and ended Scottish. That was pretty talented. I'll tell you what, if you've chucked a bit of Welsh in there, you would have had like a full Celtic ongo in there.
Well, I just need to find out how to pronounce all of the L's in Welsh, and then
Don't
I'm
bother.
golden, mate. Don't bother.
Yeah.
Gid Pro saying good morning, brothers. Good morning to you, my friend. We've got Anim. Good morning to you as well. Johnny getting worried about you, Will. Joking live morning, everyone. We've got Anton Lund from Sweden. Good morning to you.
Sweet. Good
Well,
morning.
we've got another Swedish gentleman. We've got Leary in
Sweet.
from Good Morgon from Stockholm. We've got
Holy
another one. It's
moly.
Carl. Good morning from
My
Sweden. Can you
God.
take Dude, did Jonathan, like, I don't know, like, bring out an ad or something?
Shout out
Sweden.
from like Jonathan.
Yeah.
Dude,
Good morning to
what
all
is
of our
going on?
Swedish friends. Malik saying, first time on the stream, guys. Good morning to you as well. Okay, so how it's going to work is easy. It's for first timers. You come in with good vibes, good questions, good energy. You drop a like, you drop a subscribe. And we're going to try and entertain you with our ruggish good looks and our ability to
Our
check the
boyish
market.
charm.
And our ability to check the markets. Awesome. So UJ, EG, not EG, EU and GU. Let's go, bro. Let's do it.
Yeah, dude.
If you're gonna do EU and GU, may as well just do both.
I'll do both. Yeah, no, I thought the
And then
exact
I'll
same
do
already.
UJ.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, shall I do like GU? You do UJ, and then I'll do EU. Do you want to do it like that?
Yeah.
Do
it.
it.
Let's do it. Age before beauty, mate.
I was thinking more shit before the shovel, but okay, I'll go first.
Both of us are getting dirty.
Anyway, so guys, there we go. GU. Let's go over to Bosch. Yummy. Now, GU was a little bit
Yummy.
surprising. This is yummy. A little bit surprising. I don't know if we had it. I think we had news out today on the pound.
Last night and this morning on pound.
It was last night. Okay,
we had high impact sudden news last night, and this morning we had CPI on pound.
That'll be it. Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah, that'll be the sort of a little bit of bullish impulse on the pound this morning at 7 a.m. UK time. So that would have been this afternoon for me. Yeah, that makes a bit of sense. Yeah, so we had some nice price move coming into GU. We swept below the low half an hour after. So this wasn't price. So this was the news candle here, the CPI candle. We have got a bit of news coming out. Chancellor Rachel Reeves is going to be talking about the energy budget, and she's already mentioned the reference to Liz Truss and the whole energy crisis back in, I think it's 2022. So she's going to be discussing at some point within the next month. So at some point during April, she's going to be discussing what's going to be going on with energy prices, cost of living, and potentially gas prices as far as petrol and diesel, etc., like fuel prices. So on a personal level, not looking forward to her talking because, you know, I drive an M4 and it's quite guzzly on fuel. So I'm hoping the prices aren't going to go too much, but you can't see that happening. However,
Wait a minute. The whole fact that the oil price has picked up, you're not worried about that, but you're worried about the fact that she's going to say something that's like, oh no, petrol price is going to go up.
Prices will go up. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Where have I gone? What's just happened? Okay.
EV Mux just freaked out.
I thought maybe it's my EV
CIA, mate. It's the CIA.
Rachel Reeves is listening to us.
They're on to us.
She's like, anyway, guys, how does Will Davis at the Fivers know we're going to put petrol up this year? Or this month? Yeah, so, yeah, and then obviously, yeah, we've got the cost of living, we've got the energy crisis potentially going to be released next month. She has said that she refuses to do what Liz Truss does. She's actually spoken and said that the UK is going to learn from its mistakes last time. Can't see that happening because it never does, and you know the UK doesn't ever seem to learn from its mistakes. But nonetheless, so that'll be interesting to see what happens there. But for today, we got this nice little sweep under the previous session low. What is going on with my drawings? Breathe, Will, breathe. Previous session lows, and then if we can get a nice bullish close above this, which we did, hoping to get a bit of a pullback into an area within here. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's a rather vague area. Yeah, it is. It's a pretty vague area because I'm not 100% sure on the area I want to see it come down to yet. If we get a fib retracement from the whole move, there we go. Now we can start to pull this back a bit. There we go, and we can start to move this up a little bit. There we go. Potentially, I'm going to be looking at longs. Let's get an equilibrium up where... What would this look like? It's a little bit lower than the fib, but there's confluence stacking. It's not the highest probable confluence stacking, but it's there. It's noticeable.
Something is stacking.
It's something is stacking. So something along the lines of this. I'd like to see a 1 to 2. Can I get a 1 to 2? Can I push? Can I squeeze for a 1 to 2? What would that look like? Okay, no, that's okay. That's something. Ooh, we could push a little bit higher than a 1 to 2. We can go to a 1 to 208. we can cover commissions on the 1 to 2.
Commissions. Well, you can cover commissions with a 0.04.
Yeah, true. So I can cover my commissions on my next trade as well.
I can double in.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So potentially something along the lines of this would be nice on GU. EU looks nice. Unfortunately, we didn't sweep under here on EU, which is a real shame. But it's not the end of the world. You know, it would have been a nice confluence, but nonetheless, you know, we are shifting to the upside on the 5-minute. You can see, like, we're shifting to the upside on the 50-minute. You guys know that I love to use the 15-minute and then use the 5 as confluence. You know, we can start to look at this as a really nice area of interest. Now, potentially, yes, we could use the whole move, but I'm going to use this single push-up move here. And then we've also got the break and close above this, which perfectly aligns with the 6-1 fib. So there's a potential, it's a higher risk, lower probability due to the fact that we hadn't swept lower as well, but nonetheless there is a chance that we can look something a little bit like this, which is, oh, I think we're going to really struggle to make this a 1 to 2. Yeah, we're not making this a 1
you
to
don't
2.
have to force it. If a 1 to 2 doesn't seem...
Yeah, exactly. We're
like
max. We're going to get a 1 to 1.6. You know, maximum. You know, this is the area. Now, this is a little less probable for me, due to the fact that, you know, we haven't swept this. But when you look at GU, it's a lot nicer. Like, we had CPI out, which is nice as well.
Dude, I don't know what's going on with EV Mux at the moment. It just keeps like throwing us off.
Drop out again. I'm not sure, mate. I told you, it's MI5. It's Bond is gonna jump on EV Mux in a minute and goes, "The name's Bond, trading James Bond, and I'm here to say on behalf of Rachel Reeves that Will shut up."
Dude, we won't even hear the second portion. We'll just hear name's Bond, and then it just throws Bond in the background, gets thrown up again, and just like
James Bond starts rage quitting. "Oh, for goodness, can you please make me stay up on this chart? I have a message here."
And then it pops off, pops back on again. Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be super nice if we can see this happen on GU. Now, we've got a little bit more room to head down before we enter in here. Oh yeah, we got some... Yeah, we got quite a bit of room as well, actually, from current price. 26 pip drop to entry. 7 pip drop for entry on EU looks a bit more probable, but it does really worry me that we've not taken these lows. I'm gonna get rid of my middle line quick because that's distracting me. There we go. Although it does look nice, and it is textbook. It's textbook order flow when it comes to higher highs and higher lows. But GU just looks a little bit sweet. For God's sake, there we go. G, GU just looks a little bit sweeter. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to trade EU right now. I think I'm going to wait to see what GU does, and it's the higher probable trade, and I don't want to. You know, the way the markets have been recently, I don't want to expose myself too much. You know, reduce risk. You know, and reduce my chances of loss. So I'm just going to keep an eye on GU. That's my analysis. That's my asset that I'm going to trade as is, like right now. Maybe not necessarily throughout today, but as of right now. Cable is the only one that I'm looking at. I suppose I've just done EU and GU there. So
yeah, they're running a bit. They're similar, but they're not entirely the same.
Yeah,
I feel like EU didn't sweep the Tokyo low, whereas the GU did, and then started pushing a little bit higher. Where GU's push higher is also a little bit more volumetric, so a little bit stronger. It could be because of the fact that the CPI, the inflation, stayed the same for the year on year. But other than that, like, I feel like EU needs to come a little bit lower to come and test again.
Yeah. I'd be tempted to agree with that. That's why I'm not 100% sure on EU. Plus, if GU drops like 27 odd pips to come down to what would be my entry zone, for my entry on EU would only be set like 7-ish pips.
Yeah.
You know, I know GU seems to be moving a little bit more volumetrically at the moment, but I could only imagine it's going to cause EU to drop significantly lower before that potential push up. So for those buying EU, good luck. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I'm not going to be buying EU right now because I feel like it's just a little bit. I think it's too premature. I don't think it's ready yet.
Nicholas is saying he is short on EU. So the thing where you've marked your box at the bottom where you want the reaction off of to potentially push higher, that was just before the news event last night. And that reaction that we had, I always like the idea of price coming back down to it to kind of test it and then see what it wants to do when it pushes up again. Unfortunately, we did not go all the way up towards the Tokyo highs, which it's a shame. So it might be that we're going to try and push lower, retest that same area, try and come up again, make a lower high, and then potentially push lower. So we'll see. We'll give that some time. All right, I'm going to bring my screen up, and then we'll have a little look.
Guys, as well, just before Rich does continue to do his analysis, guys, do please make sure that you smash the like button as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and if you're not new here and you haven't subscribed, then do make sure you subscribe. But do make sure that you're going to smash that like button.
Awesome. Thanks, Will. I also want to say for the schedule for today, it's the morning section is myself and Will for about an hour and a half. And then we will have Dirk and LJ who's going to be joining us for 2 hours or so. They will be the ones walking us through all of the fundamental and macroeconomic movements. And then you will have myself and Will again this afternoon. And then after that, you will have Sol coming in to do some live trading. Sol being an absolute beast when it comes to his entries and his risk management. He will be here with myself and Samir this afternoon. Unfortunately, Victor is still sick, so Victor is still not going to be here this afternoon. But you'll have myself, Sol, and Samir. So yeah.
Yes.
Nicholas is asking, if I get funded today, I can't get the MT5 account also today. I must wait until tomorrow. So the way that it normally works is once you've reached funded phase, they review your account. So they go through your phase 1, phase 2, the whole thing. They just make sure that everything is above board. You weren't having certain practices that are frowned upon. And then what they will do is once they've completed their risk analysis of your account, they approve your account to go into funded phase, and then you will get your funded account within, it's usually within 2 to 3 days you will get your funded account. But that 2 to 3 days includes them going through your account, making sure everything is above board, potentially having a risk interview with you, and then getting the actual account details. So usually if that happens just before a weekend, you might have to add the weekend to those 3 days as well, because it's 3 working days. So working day obviously being a weekday, weekends don't count towards that. So just a little bit of patience, you will get your account after that. Stash saying, feel really stupid. This morning I entered an EU long after the split Asia low. Get SL, then re-enter and set break even because I didn't want another SL, and now EU is flying. I need to learn a lot. Actually, you don't have to feel stupid. The idea is learning is an ongoing process. You're going to be learning something new every single day. Don't talk negatively about yourself. Don't say, I made a mistake and I'm dumb or whatever. Like, remove that idea out of your mind. You're learning, and there's nothing wrong with learning. And you're going to make mistakes during learning, but that's part of the learning process. So it's good that you've acknowledged that you have a lot to learn, but change the wording from I need to learn a lot to I want to learn a lot. Make it a positive feel for yourself. You don't need to learn. You want to, because you want to make this a positive thing in your life, and you want to give it everything that you can. So don't worry, you'll get there. Just small steps.
100%, man. Yeah, take your time. It's okay to feel stupid, though. It is okay. That it's actually good that you feel stupid, because it's shown you an emotion that isn't necessarily an emotion that you want to get used to. And it's like embarrassment. It's okay to feel embarrassed, because you're acknowledging that it's an emotion or something's happened that maybe you don't want to happen again. So it's good that you've got this emotion, but like Rich said, what you don't want to do is word it in a way that you start actually mentally negatively falling from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's kind of like what I'm referring to.
Yeah. Make sure that you do stay positive, brother. We've all been there. Dude, I felt stupid a couple of weeks ago. I was in a beautiful trade, and I closed out, perhaps just to secure some money. And I managed to go from like 6% down again to 5% down. So I managed to get like $1,000 back, and now I'm only 5% down. So it was like, oh yeah, that's great. But then before I knew it, I could have ended up only 3% down. I could have taken back like another 3%, like an extra 2% on top of what I did take. And I felt like an idiot, and I felt stupid. But what it was I was acknowledging that I had done something that perhaps maybe there was a better way of doing in the future. And instead of beating myself up over it, I acknowledged that what I did at the time what I did was what I felt was right at the time. However, I could have done something different in the future to maybe perhaps optimize my return. So what you're feeling now is fantastic, because like Rich said, you get to learn more. You've got this opportunity where you've acknowledged that you have got so much more to learn, which is brilliant. But acknowledge that, yes, you feel stupid, and it's a good thing. A lot of people beat themselves up over having a negative emotion impact them.
Yeah. Vishak saying, hi sir, good morning. I have cleared my second phase with high stakes, but I have not received an email and not sure how I will get confirmation. So you will get email confirmation. You need to just give it a bit of time. There was a backlog of accounts that were, let's say, damaged last week with the AWS server issues that we had, and our back-end guys, they were all working on trying to fix all of these accounts. So there's a slight delay in getting your next details, but all you need to do is just be patient. You will receive your information via email. Now, in your email box, make sure that you check the spam folder, check every folder. Like, sometimes what happens is, depending on where you are in the world, certain emails might be seen as spam or they might be seen as promotional. So just make sure that you go through all of your emails and then just wait. Give it a few days. If you haven't received it by Thursday, go and message the Fivers at help@thefivers.com. Send them an email, or you can go in via your hub and you can request. At the bottom right, there is a chat bot. You can go and request there for them to just kind of like find out what's going on as well. So reach out to them. Zirix is asking, is there any trade limit for the day? We don't have trade limits. You can trade as many or as little trades as you want in a day. However, we do have percentage limits, and the percentage limit refers to if you've lost 3% on the day. There's some accounts will have a daily pause, some accounts will have a 5% daily pause. So just go and read the T's and C's clearly for the account that you have, and you will see that is the daily pause is only if you've lost a percentage of the day, and it's between 3 and 5% depending on which account you have. But you have no limitations on how many trades or how little trades you can take.
Dude, I remember I was trading the first Funded Freedom episode that ever came out back in September. It was the trip to London with me and me and my brother. And it was so funny because he had to trade. I wasn't allowed to trade. He was the one who had to trade. Yeah, I remember. And he ended up losing because he actually lost during CPI, and he hit the loss. He hit a stop loss, like he took out. And so I was like, and then Jordan said to me, he's like, well, look, you can try and manage this back, and you can try and see if you can gain some money back. I was like, yeah, sweet, dim problem, awesome, let's get on this, let's go. Went to a cafe, went to go place the GU trade, and it instantly closed. I thought, what's going on here? And then I looked at it, tried to place a trade again, it wouldn't let me. Turns out I just received an email saying, unfortunately, you have hit your daily pause limit. So because he was on the growth, he hit the 3% daily pause limit. So we could not trade for the rest of the day. And turns out that trade on GU would have rocketed up. And I was looking at it, and I was like, Ewan, I hate you so much right now. It's so funny. But yeah, that's the only time I've hit daily pause with the Fivers accounts.
Yeah. So yeah, in that case, just make sure that you go and read through the T's and C's, and all of the T's and C's, all of our rules and everything is available on the Fivers website. It's all there. Can you maybe address the slight payout delay, please? Yes. Okay. So the payout delay that we had was not because of an internal issue that we've had. You need to understand that there was a lot of stuff that happened last week on Monday with the AWS servers and whatnot, and the team in the background, the risk team and whatnot, have been trying to get people's accounts that they've lost reinstated to them. The payout delay, if there is a payout delay, is because of the amount of people that we have currently focusing on getting everybody's accounts up and running. So you basically have only a set amount of people that is busy working on one thing, and they've drawn everybody else in to try and fix that. So with those things fixed, the payout delays will start coming back into a normal, let's say, our expected amount of time required for a payout. But once again, I'm going to say the same thing I say every single day. Guys, just have patience. You're not being ignored. You need to understand that there's thousands upon thousands of people trading with the Fivers. Some have lost their accounts due to errors. Some have lost their accounts due to issues like the AWS servers and whatnot. And those are trying to be worked on. And then the payout stuff as well. They review every single payout as well. Like every account that's being in funded phase is getting reviewed. So normally this process takes a few days. It's a little bit delayed because of where all of the people are trying to fix issues that were caused by outside factors. So just a bit of patience and we'll get there, my friend. How do you manage your accounts? Do you trade them individually or all together? Thanks. It depends. For me, I have a few accounts. Some of them that are different prop firms. I have personal accounts. Some of them I have on copy traders. Some of them I don't. So some of the accounts, like for argument's sake, the stream account that I have, that one is not hooked up to a copier anymore. But in general, you can trade them together with a trade copier, or yeah. See, Nasdaq is making a nice reaction.
Yeah, Nas was moving pretty nice. Also, Benjamin, thank you very much. Hey guys, great stream. I started watching every day. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you very much for those kind words. Hopefully you subscribed as well. Big shout out to you, Benjamin. Thank you very much. Rosa's saying, hi, how do you manage your accounts? Do you trade them individually or all together? Thanks. I used to trade them all together, and then I started hitting some deep drawdown stages, and I got a little bit caught out and ended up losing $1.1 million in funding, I think it was, last year. Beginning of last year, I lost about $1.1 million in funding due to the fact that I was loading them all. I was managing them all under one umbrella on a trade copier, so that sucked. Now I've divided my portfolio into two when it comes to my props. So yeah, I am very careful. I do use trade copiers. I think they're fantastic. I did have a couple of issues when my trade copier did go down for some time, so I was trading them individually. I did lose an account. I got most of the accounts back due to the prop understood, but one of the accounts I did lose. So yeah, I do use a trade copier. I have divided my portfolio into two, and I trade them with different risks as well. So like I'll divide one trade copier into two. So like in theory, like quarters. And then I'll have a high risk, a low risk on one strategy, and then a high risk and low risk on another strategy. And what I mean by strategy is when, like, the period in time that I trade these accounts. So yeah, what about you, Rich? Like, how do you manage your accounts?
Pretty much like that. I have 2 to 3 strategies across multiple accounts that I have. Some accounts are copied, so they're on a copier. I trade the same strategy across 1 or 2 of them. I have a swing one, which I only have the strategy on that one account, and I only trade that one as a swing account. And then in general, when I do copying, I don't copy across all of the accounts. So, like for argument's sake, I have a stream account. I have a account for argument's sake, my personal account. That one doesn't get copied anymore. I had an issue with a copier a while ago where I lost like a bit of I lost an account because of it.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
So for me, I don't have an issue with the trade copiers, but I want to have each one individually. And then if I have, for argument's sake, a payout on one of my prop accounts, what I'll do is I'll stop trading that one for a while. If it's connected to a copier, I remove it from the copier or I pause the copier. So that one doesn't get screwed around with. That's pretty much what I do. So we can count 100% on approved payouts being processed and paid. If your payout has been approved, it's going to get paid. So, like I said, the issues surrounding the payout delay was not an internal issue. It was an external issue. So, the thing is, unfortunately, everybody comes to the Fivers and they say, oh, the Fivers is a scam because they're not paying out. But you need to understand that there is sometimes delays and issues. So it's about your patience, mate. Like, you just need to be patient. That's all. Do you guys offer a discount code? We don't normally offer a discount code. However, what we do is from time to time, we will have competitions. We'll have free giveaways. And what we'll also have is, if you are part of the Discord, in the Discord, if you are joining our, let's call them webinars, our sessions during Mondays through to Fridays, hosted by our lovely hosts, LJ, Victor, Akram and Rich, you get what is called hub credits. And the hub credits is basically a dollar equivalent value. So if you get one hub credit, it's equal to $1. You can get some of those hub credits by participating in that. There's giveaways with hub credits and so on. And those hub credits you can use towards buying an account as a discount. So that's our version of a discount, is that. But yeah, we don't generally do discounts at all. Very rarely, very special cases, but we do giveaways. Why is gold pair limited to only 0.1 lot? It's destroying my trade. Well, first and foremost, it depends on what account size you have. If you have a 2.5K account, 0.1 is going to depend on whether or not, or a 0.1 lot size is going to kind of like be reliant on how large your account is, because it's leverage. But the leverage issue that we had on gold and silver will be changed, I believe, today. It's either today or tomorrow. I'm just going to wait for the actual information before I just go and say, oh, it's going to this or it's going to that. There's going to be a change to the to gold and silver's leverage again, as well as the spread, either today or tomorrow. But it's going to probably return back to where it was. You know, the better version. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, Queen.
Raphael, yo, what's good, brother? Good morning, let's go. Start one profitable day, 100%. Let's go get that profit, my friend. Let's go smash out another profitable day. Unbiased trader. Morning, all. What's good, broski? What's good, my man? How are you doing?
Oh, dude, I was supposed to go through UJ.
Yeah,
I forgot. So on UJ, I got distracted. Questions. I wanted to go through this quickly. So this was the all-time highs, basically, that we had all the way back in July last of last year, 2024, on UJ. So this is above the 160 point mark, where we reached all the way up to about 162-ish. We almost reached 162. And then we tried pushing back away from it, and then we retested it a little bit lower, and then volumetrically pushed down. Now, 2026, this is where we are right now. These movements that we saw over here is over the last few weeks. This is basically all of the issues. This is all of the US-Iran debacle that we've had has pushed the UJ, the yen price up, because we're seeing a little bit of like, oh, the dollar is strong across the board. So from there on, it started pushing up. Anyway, so this is on the daily. We saw a nice higher highs, higher lows. Every single time we have a swing point, it's just followed up by more rallies. So rallies, bases, more rallies, and it's just pushing up higher and higher and higher, which is very, very good. However, this was on Thursday last week. We had this very bearish day, followed up by an attempt on a bullish day to try and recuperate that loss of the day. So if you go down to the 4-hour, you will see this one over here. So this was with that news, the news that came out that there were talks between Iran. Was that? No, that wasn't. What actually happened here? What happened on that day? There was news last week. I need to go and have a look, see what was the news last week for that. It was the refinancing rates. Sorry, I got my weeks confused. It was the refinancing rates. So we had the refinancing rates, which pushed price lower. They decided to keep it the same. Same thing here as well. We had this move here because of the news that came out in the morning about interest rates. Thanks, Russell. This information that we had here, this was because of the news from Trump and his "we're having talks with Iran" tweet, which caused price to absolutely try and tank down. Now, basically what these movements have caused us to be within this higher, low, lower, high converging triangle. So you have this channel at the above that is trying to push lower. You have the channel at the bottom that's trying to push up. So it makes a little bit of a triangle. So basically we're very, very close to reaching that all-time high section that we had, as well as that potential drop off on the 160s. However, we're doing a little bit of this converging triangle that's just, the point is getting closer. So basically what this means is that price is most probably going to try and stay within this area until it reaches its complete climax, and then it will absolutely shoot up or completely shoot down. I'm more of the idea that it will most probably try and break lower, only because we've had this slight slow. So to me, it does feel as though there is more of a potential to potentially start pushing lower, because we've had this upward motion the whole time, and we've effectively, if I just remove all of this, we've had this channel which has been broken and retested. So there was the break, there's the retest, and now we're kind of just getting stuck there. There is that potential that it's going to potentially start pushing lower. So we'll have to wait and see with UJ. As of right now, it's a little bit sideways on the 4-hourly as well as on the hourly. Yeah, we do have this volumetric candle over here, which kind of reacted off of yesterday's highs. So we're just waiting for follow through. We're just waiting to see how deep this hourly candle is going to go up before a potential push lower, something like this, or it's going to most probably be something like this. It's just going to consolidate ever so slightly, even though we do have this slight upward tick. That line over there, this area of resistance, basically, is kind of getting respected right now. So strong volumetric candle trying to push price lower. We need to see whether or not there's going to be a follow through on this candle over here right now. To me, I'm waiting. It does look like there's a potential for it to slow down over here, try and push up again. I don't know if we're going to have follow through to push above these highs that we've already created today, but time will tell. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just getting ready to open up my MetaTrader now. I've just checked the news. We had President Lagarde speaking about half an hour. Well, I say half an hour ago, nearly 45 minutes ago now. So we've not. Yeah, so we've not got anything out now until what, 11:45 p.m. something like that. It's 11:20 p.m. We got Trump speaking, so nearly 11:30 tonight UK time. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens with the pound. We're coming down. Yeah. We're coming down.
I was just like looking at it now. I was like, where the hell is Trump talking? I was like, oh no, it's over here. Oh, and it's not gonna be an orange folder, mate. Come on, it's gonna be red.
Yeah. The only thing that's orange about Trump speaking is about his foundation he wears before going on stage.
Yeah.
Orange man. Orange. Yeah, that's the only thing orange about Trump. Everything else is red.
Yeah.
Including your P&L when he speaks. So I suggest we stay away. Yeah, so with the pound, just waiting for it to come down, we've got, from current price, we've got about, give or take 10 pips. So we come down a further 10 pips, I'll be looking at getting in.
The news this morning, basically, so for those of you who don't know, this morning, the early hours of the morning, where is it now? Why is it gone? It was probably more than 8 hours ago. Yeah, this one, 12 hours ago. So this is the reason for that big move, was this negotiation, let's call it news. They're talking about a potential negotiations taking place between Iran and the US. So after a 1-month ceasefire. Okay, it's probably going to ask me to log in because I don't have X. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, point just being that we have this ceasefire. Let's not call it an agreement. It's just that the news spoke about this, and that is basically where we had this nice volumetric candle trying to push price up higher. And then since then on gold has been trying to push up even higher, which is great. It's great to see, because now it finally is reacting the kind of way that we expected it to react. So price action itself has been muted for the last few days. Well, the whole of yesterday, even though we had like a big drop off. Yesterday we were a bit muted with gold, and gold is now looking like it wants to potentially push up, which is good. This is good. I like this. Potential conflict resolution. Potential. With all of the recent market actions, what are your take on gold for today? I'm currently leaning bullish and positioning for a potential move higher with a long-term outlook targeting the 5,000 level. The 5,000 level has quite a bit of structure that it needs to break through. So we do have a fair few areas of interest that potentially we can get to before we get to this 5,000 area of consolidation. So price consolidated here. Yeah, we've got quite a bit to go. There is a lot of area where there was volumetric. It was consolidative and then a volumetric drop out of. And then also an attempt to try and push price back up again, making a double high and then pushing lower again. So we can potentially come and test these areas, and then after which, if they do fail, we will eventually get to the 5,000 zone. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see whether or not. Just remember that even though we had the strong news over here as well as on Monday, Monday's was followed up by a little bit of sideways action. Yesterday was completely consolidative, and now we're finally having the break. Usually when you have a break, there might be a chance for us to come and test again that break point and then start pushing up. As of right now, we had the break and we've gone straight into consolidation. So we're consolidating right now, so it's a little bit difficult to say whether or not we're going to continue pushing up. However, it's a possibility. All right, let's bring your screen up, mate. Then you can show us in what trade you are right now.
I was just looking at gold. I was looking how far up we got to go on gold to reach that 5k mark. But as of right now, I am entered. Well, I say I'm entered. I've put my buy limit on GU. We haven't been entered in yet though. Let me actually. I'm just gonna. Ooh, in fact, we're about to get entered any second now. We've got about 3 pips to enter me in. Is that right? Yeah, that's about right. Looks slightly different on my trading. Yeah, so we've got about 3 pips now before I get entered in on GU and pound dollar, and then we'll just see what happens. We'll see if we can start moving higher. Now the only thing that worries me a little bit is this high here we have sort of tapped into. That's the only thing worrying me, but we've failed to move lower than this. We've also come down and swept this here. and then reacted beautifully. I apparently cannot draw to save my life right now, so. Oh, I've just been tapped in. Okay, that's interesting. So there's a slight difference with my. There we go. Cool. So I've just been tapped in now on pound dollar. So we're in. We're in for the win. Let's just hope we can do exactly that. Win. But we'll see. So I'm actually in on this trade right now. So I'm risking about 500 bucks on it. To be exact, I'm risking 506. And my TP is about 17. Yeah, 1724. Which is this high here. So it's looking to be rather nice, if I do say so myself. Now let's just hope we can reject from it. Let's, you know, I don't mind a bit of consolidation. In fact, if I just go back onto the 5 minute, I don't mind a bit of consolidation, a bit of rejection, a bit of area of breathe room, should we call it? You know, a bit of a hold around this point. Don't mind a little bit of drawdown, but if we can sort of wick to the downside and then start heading up, that would be beautiful. A bit like what we're doing right now, except if we can hold exactly how price is moving right now and then move to the upside, you're about to see a very happy Will Davis. However, I did just see a comment a second ago, which did make me chuckle. Elvin saying, reminder William Davis, be alert, Count Dracula will be awakened very soon to look for blood. So, oh.
What's going on with Evie Mux?
Okay. Hi, Richard. Bye, Richard. Oh, Richard's gone completely. Hang on a minute. There we go. Should we just bring me back up? There. Oh man, sometimes we get technical difficulties. This is magic because this is the exact example of technical difficulties. But you know, we seem to be holding in profit right now, so it's quite nice. But yes, no, I know Trump will awaken from his tomb probably pretty soon. So I'll be very careful of that, and I'll make sure to take note and keep an eye on what's happening. But hopefully we can hit TP before he decides to cause absolute carnage in the markets. But we'll see how it goes. After the ceasefire, the people of Iran are going to start taking to the streets and overthrow the remaining IRGC. Do you? Yeah, possibly. Who knows? We'll have to see what happens then, and see how that affects the markets. Whoa, is that Will in 15-minute charts? Offie, why are you so surprised? I always trade 15-minute. I just execute on the 5. But yes. This is indeed me on the 15-minute charts, my friend. I was moving down onto the 5-minute to execute. W trade, yes, brother. Thank you very much, guys. Let me know as well. What do you reckon? Give us a W in chat if you think this is going to hit TP. Give us an L in chat if you think it's going to hit a stop loss. Let me know in chat. But maybe we can get a poll going. Who knows? Remy, can we maybe get a poll? Win or lose on a GU long. Trade with Ajab, how you doing? Hi bro, what's good my friend, how you doing brother? Ooh, beautiful reaction on the 15. That's what we like to see. Was that 60 bucks up? I'm expecting a couple more wicks rejections to the downside now on the 5-minute. Like I said, if we can... No. There we go. If we can sort of like reject around this level, I'm hoping to have one more wick rejection above this wick here. That would be perfect. If we can have a 3 wick push, you know, one being here. So what? Typical. All right, let's try this again. There we go. So 1 wick rejection here. Oh, interesting. Okay, so guys, let me know if so. We're getting some really severe issues with the stream software on the background. Let me know if you guys can see me okay. 2 wick rejection here, and if we can get a 3rd wick rejection, preferably higher than the previous wick rejection, I am going to be not overly confident, but I'm going to be quite confident about my position in this trade. So that would be really nice if we can get something along the lines of that. W, yes, Kirk, yes, my friend. W, let's get this winner going. Let's run it up. Let's run up the TP. Hey, well, what about GJ? Absolutely, my friend. I'll take a quick look at GJ for you now. My probable setup on gold or XAU USD, a quick liquidity grab 45.26 and then straight to the upside at 46.66. Please review the setup. I shall indeed the minute I finish with GJ. How can I get competition registration? It should be in your dashboard, my friend. So go over into the Fivers account, get into the dashboard, and you should be able to get and register for the competition there. Yeah, Henry, no way to short EV marks. Did you have someone problem with payout? No, we didn't have a problem with the payout, but there was issues where it wasn't a Fivers issue, it was an external issue, which seems to be sorted now, but it's created a bit of a backlog, so guys, do not stress and do not panic. You are indeed on the list. If you are having any sort of delays or timeouts or sort of any issues, then do not worry. The team it will get to you. They've just got to go through a long list. Right. Let's have a look. Ooh, there we go. Nice. Let's see if we can hold this rejection now. If we can whip back up now, that'd be nice. GJ. Do I have GJ? No, I don't. Okay. Let's actually search it. GBP, JPY. There we go. Bosh. So let's start up on the 4 hour. So I will say, Baj, just bear in mind, my friend, I am not a GJ trader, so I can analyze it as best I can. Okay, guys, I've just been informed real quick that we are going to be doing a hard reset on the stream because there's some really bad technical issues. So there may be a bit of a timeout on the stream, so do not panic if the stream does switch off for a minute or two, and then we'll refresh the stream and then we'll be back. So there's 200 of you in right now. Guys, do not go anywhere. Make sure that you stick around and we will be back in about 2 to 5 minutes time. So do not stress if I do drop out. I'm not sure if I'm going to drop out yet, but I've just been told that there may be a bit of a hard reset on the stream. But in the meantime, I shall continue to do my my analysis on GJ, and then if I do cut out, then I will redo my analysis on GJ for you. Right, bear with. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, so GJ on the 4 hourly, it looks okay. We're currently in this sort of zone now where we've got this high, which we seem to be failing to break, and then we've got this swing point low, which we seem to be failing to break below. So everything within this right now isn't necessarily the most valid.